Hey y'all, so today we're going to be talking about applying to college and how to apply to college. And one of the most accessible ways is through CFNC. So the CFNC website has a lot of useful tips beyond just applying to college. It can help you build your college list, it can help you find scholarships. This is where you complete your residency. So definitely explore this website in your free time. But when we want to apply, we go over to the application hub. Another note about CFNC is you probably already have an account that exists that you made in middle school. So it's totally fine if you don't remember your login from middle school, but just reach out to me before creating a new account. And I have access to double check if you have an existing username, and I can send that to you. All right, cool. So when we get here, we have the option to start on an application. Another thing about CFNC is you can send your high school transcripts to college through here for free. So you'll be using CFNC regardless, so might as well kind of have everything in one place, apply through here, send your transcripts. Definitely can make it easier. And CFNC includes all schools within North Carolina, both public and private, all community colleges. So, for example, I can show y'all. So here, when you click on Start an Application, it will have all of North Carolina's colleges, which you can just kind of skim through. You can also search at the top if you have a college in mind. College I'm going to choose to do is Appalachian. Okay, so as you can see along the left-hand side, this is all the things that you will be completing for the application. And when you're done, it will have a check mark in it, so that's just a handy way to keep track of what all you have left. So the first page for all of them will just have instructions. So this is important to look at because you'll see what they'll be asking of you. So pretty much every application has a fee. This one is $65. That's unfortunately pretty common to be that expensive. But if you need a fee waiver, just reach out to me. I can get you one if you qualify. Then also, every college will ask for transcripts, which you again can send through CFNC. SAT or ACT will not be required this year for UNC system schools, so that includes App. Any public schools, they're not required. You can still send them if you want to. They really can only help you, but won't be considered for the admissions process. And then lastly, if y'all take any classes at the community college, ACC, or Elon, or anywhere else, you will need to send those transcripts, and that will be done separately. So you cannot do that through CFNC. You will need to go through ACC or Elon. And then, so if we scroll down, once we read all of that, we go to the next page. So y'all most likely will be entering fall 2021, unless you're graduating early. You can enter earlier, but fall 2021 and you'll be a first year. So this is asking you if you still want to submit them, so you can indicate here. So this is also helpful if you, when you took the ACT in February and you indicated to go ahead and send them to schools, if you now you got your score back and you're like, I don't really want them to look at that, then you can say, I would not like to use the test scores for consideration. Then you'll also be asked for what your major is, so what you want to study. And it's totally normal to just choose undecided. A lot of colleges will have that or undeclared option. But if you already kind of have a feel for what you want to study, then go ahead and pick something. I'm going to say undecided. And even if you choose something that's not binding, you can change your major a bajillion times in college if you want to. Okay, so this is all just kind of demographic information and contact information. So your name, phone, email. I recommend using not your school email, use a personal email. And then your address. And then for this, so app does require you to put your gender, but they don't require to put your social security number. Now, if you do have a social security number, you should 100% put it, because this is how they connect your financial aid application, FAFSA, to this application. So it just gets a lot harder to automatically be considered for financial aid if you don't. Go ahead and just put this number. And this is just demographic information. This asks for the primary language spoken at home, so if you speak another language, you can put that there. Okay, so this is where they ask for residency. So if you have already filled out the RDS that I did another video on, because that's through CFNC, they automatically will pull your number, which is convenient. So I recommend going ahead and doing RDS just so you can get that part of your application squared away. They will ask for your citizenship status, as well as any military information. And then most applications also will ask about any experience or kind of disciplinary violation experience in the criminal justice system, or any violations, fines that you've been convicted of. If this, most of you will say no for these. If you answer yes, just let me know. This doesn't mean, no means doesn't mean that you're automatically just not considered, but it is required to answer honestly through this. So it's much, much better to answer honestly than to lie and have them find out. If that's the case, then they will automatically not accept you. So just answer this all honestly and let me know if you answer yes to any of these, just for myself to have on my radar. Okay, so now they ask for your high school. Better just start with Walter Williams. It's public. You can put your lunch number here. You all will say yes. You will graduate, and they will ask for your graduation date. So you'll all just say 06/2021. You can answer this. So this is where you just give your kind of senior course load. So for this, list all the classes that you are taking this academic year, so both fall and spring if you have different classes, and put the title like AP, Psych, or Honors, Math 3. Anyone that has attended like an early college, so has gone through ACC, then you will report this here. However, y'all are just taking classes, you're not working to earn an associate's degree, so you'll say no. And then Alamance Community College, it's kind of nice, it's the first one to come up. And then say you just took it for like senior year, so you can do that. Go ahead and put the courses that you are taking at the community college here. So like, for example, they say both the like course, subject, number, and title of the course. Just, this is helpful in terms of if you may be able to transfer some of the credit that you earned at community college to that college specifically, because different colleges have different criteria for transfer. Okay, so next it will go into family information. So basically every application will ask this. Their educational background, almost all will also ask their educational background. So what level of education did your parent get to, as well as if they're employed, and if so, then you can put in their position. Same for second parent. They'll ask for the marital status, and then you can fill this out if you live with someone else or someone else is your guardian that is not your mother or father. So this will ask A lot of applications also ask this, so if you relatives that either are employed by app, attend app, or graduated from app. And then this part will be where you indicate any and all kind of activities that you were a part of in high school. So this is interesting. So different colleges or applications will do each part of this a little bit differently. So for app, apparently they already kind of have all these different things listed that you may have been a part of. So let's see, and then they have other at the bottom, so you could like put in your own if they don't list what you were part of. But okay, let's walk through one of these. So let's say, what did I do in high school? I did community service, so I was a member. So you can go into as much or as little detail. It probably helps to give more detail, right? So they just have a better understanding of what you did. So volunteered on Saturdays around my local community, including food pantries, and I did this 10th, 11th, 12th. It was during the school year. So these just ask for approximate time and hours spent per week. So for me, it was Saturdays for about 3 hours. So once a week for probably, I guess we're in session for maybe like 30 weeks. Well, this is per week. Whoops. So per week 3, and then approximate time in weeks spent per year. I'll say like 30. Okay. So this is where you can list any. This is optional. Just anything that honors, leadership positions, etc. that you experienced in this activity. Yes. Okay. So you do not by any means have to fill all these out. This is a lot, but and it's better to fill out things that like were meaningful, that you've just been in for a while, rather than just try to like think of stuff that maybe you went to like 1 week in 9th grade. Don't include that stuff, but include stuff that you are proud of, that you spent time on for a good amount of the year. But you can still include stuff that you did in like 9th and 10th grade. Okay, so a lot of applications are going to be asking you if you were impacted by COVID in any way. And so I recommend if you were, just type up something that you can copy and paste into this space so you can have ready. But definitely include something, especially if your grades were impacted, or if suddenly you had to start being your 2nd grade sibling's teacher online, or anything else that may have felt like it wasn't significant but really is significant. Like they do actually want to know this stuff, and this will just give them more of a holistic kind of image of you as a person, and what other factors may be impacting your grades or your extracurriculars or anything like that. Lastly, you will have an essay. So these prompts will most likely be the same across all of the applications. So I highly recommend choosing one, writing one essay, and really polishing it, and then just copying and pasting it into all of these boxes for CFNC or for college applications. It's much better to have like one really well polished application than try to have a different essay per school and cater it towards the school, because they won't really notice that. What they're looking for in this is something that gives you more of a holistic image of who you are, something that your other aspects of your application don't include, and then also your writing style. So it's good to definitely spend time on this. You can always tweak it a little bit per college if you do want to have like a last paragraph that's like wraps it up and ties it in specifically to the college, or if you have like one college you really want to go to and there's a reason why and you want to write an essay about it. But if not, definitely just choose one of these and write it in like a Word doc, Google Doc, something separate, and then just copy it and paste it when the time comes. Okay, and then some of these colleges some will ask for this and some won't. So this is kind of where you can put why specifically you're interested in that college. So why specifically you want to go to App. Could be a specific program that you've researched, a specific study abroad program or major. It could be an experience that you had there one time going on a tour, or talking to someone that went there and learning something more personal about the community. This again isn't something that can hurt your application, it's just going to further help it. So definitely fill this out. Okay, if you qualify for, so an important note is if you qualify for College Board or SAT, ACT, or NACAC, NCAC application fee waiver, then you can select that. So there are fee waivers available. Okay, yeah, so I did not finish this. This is what you'll get, I guess, if you're trying to submit it when you have not finished. So you can see I have not finished. I left some blanks here, left some blanks there. So this is just really helpful to see what sections to go back to, but you can always just save it and come back to them later. And now it's saved right here, so you can see. You can click resume whenever you want to come back. Some will post the due date. I don't know why App hasn't posted the due date. You can easily find out on their website. I would always apply early. So if there's an early action option, always apply early, just because usually you get higher consideration for like merit scholarships, or just have a higher likelihood of getting acceptance versus the regular deadline. So that is how to apply to college through CFNC. It's really straightforward, and a lot of the applications have a lot of similarities, which you will note if you apply to multiple. And then another important note is a lot of these schools, so I think it's like mostly all community colleges, a lot of the private schools participate in free application week, which is October 19th to the 23rd. So I would say, one, go ahead and get your top 3 to 5 totally filled out and ready to go by October 1st. And we could go ahead and submit those if they're ready, and then have some backup schools that you fill out to submit during that free application week. So ready October 19th-ish. So by October 1st, have your essays written, have your activity sections filled out, all these things that, in terms of the demographics in the activity section, that shouldn't take long or a lot of thought. It's just a bit time consuming. So just get it out of the way now. So you can focus on things like scholarships, financial aid, for the rest of the fall semester. But that is all I have for y'all today. Thanks for tuning in, and stay posted for more content to come. Bye, y'all.